Hi everyone, it's Zelda. Earlier today I heard that Trooper Proctor had been terminated, but now I'm hearing that he was not. So if you could please do me a favor and forgive that part. However, I'm going to post this video anyway because I do believe there have been some wonderful things that have come out in this video. And I hate to waste a reading, right? So please enjoy knowing that that may not be true, but there are other things that are happening. Thanks for your understanding, and I'll talk to you and see you very soon. Bye. Enjoy the video. Well, today is a good day with Seeing Crime. I'm Zelda Kelly. Hello, my friends. It is a day of celebration. It is November 4th of 2023. Celebrating because if you haven't heard the news, Trooper Michael Proctor, wait a minute. I said that incorrectly. Former Trooper Proctor has been officially terminated by the Massachusetts State Police. Yay! Yay! Fireworks, fireworks. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Now, while we're celebrating, and I'm time out for a second. Okay? He deserves this, but I really feel sorry for his kids. That's who I feel sorry for. He's not going to have that $200,000 salary per year. That's going to wreck their Christmas. So, but Daddy did it, And I feel sorry for the kids, but I don't feel sorry for him. He did this, and he deserves to be punished. You do something, you take the risk of this. Proctor was the fall guy. He was the dummy. I'm sorry to say that. This is my opinion. It's my channel. I'm not law enforcement. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not any type of medical. I'm a card reader. I just have an opinion, and I'm here to entertain you. So I'm going to entertain you with the cards today, and we're going to see what else is going on. But he was the dummy in this case. He wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed, so they brought him into the house to start this investigation on the homicide of Officer John O'Keefe. Was he the one who was carrying the duffel bag out of the house when he met with them? Them was the McAlberts at 11-ish a.m. on January 29th of 2022. What was in that duffel bag, Proctor? Well, I can tell you, I think we're going to see a bunch more things come out. Let's not hesitate. Please do me a favor. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I love to have you here. We have a giveaway at 7,000 subscribers. That's going to be awesome and a big celebration. Plus, do me a favor and like this because it really does help me. Okay, so here we go. We have the Mythic Tarot because it is gravitating to this. And we have this Kipper deck. Ooh, it's giving us good things. And we have this little hidden deck. You see the looks on this? I'm going to tell you, in my own opinion, I swear that some of these people are possessed. We're going to talk about that more soon. So if you want to come into my live on Saturday the 9th, we're going to talk about that. And we're going to see few little things. So here we are. Okay? Here we are. Picking these cards out. Spirits, guides, angels. This one moved. We're taking it. The courtship, yes. Every time I say that. Most of you will know, I think of this of the show, The Courtship of Eddie's Father. Do you remember that one? Here we are. Poverty. Oh boy. Yes, Michael. Adjudication. Okay, let me straighten these cards up. You can see, someone told me the other day, oh, I think you're just manipulating these cards, Zelda. Honey, I'm not that good. Here we are. Not manipulating anything. We're just going to... There we are. Oh, boy. For those of you who have a smile on your face, wow, right? Wow, just wow. All right, so this is the order that they came out on: the courtship, the poverty, the adjudication, and the courthouse. My loves, listen, this whole thing with the Vanity Fair has opened up so many cans of worms. Not just one, not just two, but this thing is just like has this little tree branch of all this little twigs of things now that will start happening in the favor of Karen Reed. Now, I'm going to tell you something. We are on the heels of a Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is that planet of Mercury that goes backwards. It seemingly looks like it does. That will happen November 26th. However, November 7th is a shadow period. That means it's like you just kind of draw the blinds. If the sun is outside and it's a little too bright, you draw the blinds a little bit. You can still feel the rays and the warmth. Well, that's kind of the way that this shadow period is going. It's kind of it's the recovering from the hangover, but you're going to have a hangover is what it feels like. If that makes any sense. Mercury retrograde is all about communication. It's all about, well, I didn't get your text. I didn't get your email. Well, that wire didn't come through. What happened to my paycheck? Well, what happened with this? And I know during this time I have to follow up on everything that I've ever done and do during that time period. It's not a good time. However, for Karen, this will be excellent. Why? Because things that were pending will seem like they go backwards. And remember, we have the Supremes. Yes, ooh baby, we have the Supremes. November 6th, those oral arguments. Now, we're not going to know on that day. We may not know until before the end of this month. But there's a lot of planetary things going on, and the full moon on the 15th is going to be a little on the janky side for everybody. So there is a lot of anxiety right now in the air. And for you, just take a relaxing moment and take a breath. But for these clowns, oh, you watch and see what's going to happen. Because I think at this point, it is probably better to expect the unexpected from these people and the McAlberts. The courtship card. That is, they have now, they being Proctor, the CW, all those bad actors have committed themselves to this Karen Reed case. They are engaged. They have been dating this. They have been committed, and that's what this card means. These are just kind of updated meanings, but this is what this card means. An engagement. You can engage in anything. You can engage with many things. That's what they've done. Because you see, now, this is an immediate. If they did not have any savings, now I don't know any details. I don't know if he had any retirement. I don't know if he lose. I don't think he would lose that. I would think that they would give that to him. It's my understanding that he had been working part-time for a private investigator firm. I don't know. I have not been able to confirm that, so he's not without income. But this is a blow to him. He is not going to be able to work in any type of law enforcement for the rest of his days. That's a pretty big risk. Do you see the risks that happen with these people when they have decided what they're doing, my darlings, has been a decision. When you want to commit a crime, 9 times out of 10, you decide to do it. Now, of course, there are accidents and that sort of thing. That falls in my 1%. That is my opinion. But many, many more times than not, there is the decision to deceive. And that's what Proctor did. That's what all his text buddies did. That's what all these other people did. And now judification. Well, now this is it. This is justice. Judication and courthouse. There is not a courthouse in the land that will take his testimony, because who can trust him? Now, I think not only was he let go, terminated because of Karen Reed, I think he was terminated because of all these past cases as well, because he was engaged with many others before Karen Reed, along with some other ones. And I'm going to tell you, here we are in this time of year before the holidays, we're going to see that all the king's horses and all the king's men cannot be put down together again. I say put down. You know what I mean by that. It's not, this is something that Proctor's in trouble, because now I think this opens him up to civil suits. And of course, Karen Reed could have that. We'll see what happens. Here's our friend, the Mythic Tarot. 34. I know you're all going to see it. 34. But what about, isn't there a house across the street? 37. The Seven of Wands. Oh, yeah. This is scrambling now on that side. The Two of Swords. That is Karen being protected. The Two of Swords. Seven of Swords. So they thought they got away with it, right? They thought so. Amazing. You're seeing some cards in here that you haven't seen before. The Five of Wands. That's because the situation and the circumstances have changed. There's some that have said, Zelda, why do you keep pulling out the same cards for this situation? Well, I don't have anything to do with it. You can see yourself. It comes out the way it comes out. But let's take a look at what's happening. The Seven of Wands, definitely conflict. And we have a king in there. Who's the king? Well, we're just going to say that might be Morrissey. And there is another one back here. This may be, yeah, this is a king. There's some other kings going on, other royalty. And you know what? The commoners and those who are figuring out the truth are starting now to stand up for themselves, causing a lot of conflict. The fire elements are just that. It is like that old saying, light a fire under somebody. Well, they definitely have been. And you know, since this last motion that Karen won, there's just so much upheaval that I'm going to tell you what I love. This Two of Swords is a card that basically invites someone to open their third eye, use their gut instinct, use their empathic powers. And I'm going to say that Karen is a Pisces. She's a February Pisces, and she is very empathic. How do I want to say that? Gut instinct, smart. She's a problem solver. She's been in the financial world for a long time. How does that work? Well, when you work in the financial world, you are a problem solver. You sit and you dissect problems. That's exactly what she's done. And you've seen her throughout this time and the trust that her defense team has for her and vice versa. This card, we have this royal figure standing here beside this person in the middle. And then we have a soldier sitting here. Both are crossed with the swords. The swords are and can be communication. The swords, the spirit guide of the sword suit is the bird. So what does all this mean? All of this communication that's coming out is ultimately protecting her. It's ultimately something that she can use for her own particular use. It is, look at how this is happening now. They're protecting, and this is done when you want to protect your energy. She's not giving up. You see this? She's not giving up. She's giving room for the crossing of the swords to happen. That creates, when you cross something like that, that creates a lot of energy. The Seven of Swords, we saw this in one of our last videos. This person, you see he's cloaked. He's trying to hide himself a little bit there. He's carrying 5 swords, but in technicality, in this particular card, it means that 2 should be on the ground. Now, it shows a reflection of 7 swords here. What does this mean? Hello. It means that someone thinks that they have gotten away with something, as in maybe texting your buddies and calling you derogatory and filthy, disgusting names, and thinking that you're never going to have to answer for that, including your lieutenant, including a sergeant, including many others, thinking that it's okay to be that way. But there were other things that he did as well. This is a card of thinking that you got away with it. With this and swords being communication, he thought he got away with a lot of those texts and a lot of that stuff. The 5 of Wands. Oh, I love how colorful these cards are, don't you? Let me know in the comments if you like these cards. This 5 of Wands means that Karen is coming out and she is forming boundaries. She is making sure that she is protected. Look at this dragony looking fellow here. But they've got these wands, but they're holding them up because they're repurposing the fire that comes out of this dragon's mouth. Sometimes we have to repurpose things because this looks like a dire soup, but they're in the darkness. So what they've done is they've used their noodles a little bit, and they're having the fire light their wands so they can eventually be on their way. But this is a protection card. This is a card in which there's a lot going on in this. But the reality is that they knew what was coming. Now, my question to you is, would you like to know what's coming? Because if you do, follow the link in the description and order your video reading with me. You asked me 2 questions, and I put out the cards just like this. I talk to you as though you're just sitting right in front of me, and I answer the questions. And you'll get answers that you deserve. That's correct. So do me a favor and hit that link button. Order your video reading today. Now, in the meantime, this is the hidden card. We're going to see what's up with this. Oh, don't I love this? Yes, I do. I'm going to turn him around so he looks better. Now, before I go any further, I think you've seen the other Joker before. In fact, if he's close by, I'm going to show it to you because he's not that pretty. Look at him. Now, this Joker means that there's very dire straits. This Joker has another meaning, and we're going to get to it. I wanted to just show that to you. Okay. Putting this fellow to the side. The 5s, the 9s, these are all timing. 10 to 19 days, or 10 to 18 days, or 14 days. You're going to see, I'm going to say this, from now until probably the 19th, you're going to see some more things going on with Proctor's buddies. There's some decisions that are being made. This is not a good decision. This is a decision that they've been putting off for some time, but this is not a good decision. This will be fulfilling, and it will be fulfilling to Karen Reed's case because it is a success card. But how is it a success? Well, this is a person that the prosecution can no longer really call. I mean, every person on their list, and now they're begging for replacements. That is so messed up. I'm going to tell you what I think. I think that eventually the CW is just going to say, okay, fine. We're going to drop it. We're just going to go on the number 2 count. But they're not going to get anywhere. I can tell you with this case, and they know it. Why hasn't Morrissey answered the Betterow letters? Right? Attorney Mark Betterow, you know him. Why hasn't he answered? Maybe he has. But I think we're going to also find out some more coming from that as well. This card is a partnership card. It melds with this courtship, engaged, partnership. You may as well just say in bed together. Birds of a feather flock together. So do pigs and swine. Rats and mice have made their choice, and oh, have we made, well, so have I made mine, but we have made our decision as well, right? And that decision is, we can see through this like, at this point, Trooper Proctor cannot fight his way out of a wet paper bag. This is a mess. This 9 of spades means that the CW's imagination is completely out of whack. They are it's out of bounds, and they are scrambling and wondering what they can use of the law to continue this farce and make sure that it still continues to happen. This Joker, yeah, this is a Joker already. Proctor, but I'm going to tell you, the termination of Proctor now has set a ball in motion for the downfall of this Karen Reed case. This Joker means that not only have they hidden, and I mean I'm talking about the CW, not only have they hidden, well, some evidence, I believe. They've hidden some testimony. They have certainly deleted a lot. And a lot of these things are going to start coming out, and they're just going to hope that they can just let it go and walk away. They are to the point where they're not going to be able to let it go and walk away. Josh Levy is going to make sure of that. The 9 of Hearts coming out. Oh, do we love this card? This is the yes card, the wish fulfilled, the dream come true. What's the dream? Well, the Karen Reed will be exonerated. She will be released off of this mess so she can start recuperating again. Let's get one more card from this. The 9 of Wands, that's right. There is not a recovery from the CW. The CW, once again, do you see how this? When we talk about decisions, you decide to become a criminal. They decided to go down the wrong path. They decided to take the wrong course. You see what's this ship? Because on the 10 of Wands, the ship is then, it's on the beach, no longer able. It's wrecked, and they're headed for a shipwreck. They're rearranging the chairs on the Titanic is what they're doing. They're just really trying to do something. But you see, stubbornness. This is this fire element here. Stubbornness. Desperation. Greediness and evil. Evil, I like to say, is all throttling this and all behind it. You see, the water is pretty rough. And they're to the point they really can't navigate this anymore. I think at this point we just sit back and we watch the show because, as many have said, this is just really a movie. Get the popcorn out. I'll tell you what, I can't wait for the movie with Karen and so many others. I'm going to lay out one more card, see what we have for this. The main female, that is Miss Karen. So, since she came out, this is all for her. It does nothing but help her, as we know. But as far as Michael Proctor is concerned, he's in a world of poo-poo. Because now that marriage card, he's the one who decided to say I do. When he was asked, when he was invited into this deceitful mess that is horrible, he was asked, and there's Sam walking through, blessing the reading. He's the one who say, I do, I will. And you know what? It looks like he won't anymore. I'm not saying he's going to have bad health. I don't predict that. But I'm going to tell you what. This is going to cause some really bad karma. And I mean, after all, just like Robin Williams said, it's the karma credit system. You buy now and you pay forever. It's got to take some atonement there, my darlings. Thanks so much for watching. I'm going to tell you, watch in the next 19 days, before the 19th. Okay, I'm going to say it that way. And just know that this Mercury retrograde can work in Karen's favor, and it can work in yours too. Because anything that you've been brewing on, it will be revealed. That's what Mercury retrograde does. It reveals things. Oh, we are going to be having a good November as far as that's concerned. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget, subscribe, like, and I will see you again very, very soon. And don't forget about Saturday night. We're going to look to see who is possessed. See you then. Bye for now. To each and every one of you who are supporting this channel, for all of the Seeing Crime members, the Zeldanators, and the Tarot Crime Lab techs, thank you so much.